factor.
We've had reports of spot fires,
That first day we saw it start just in the Front Range. It was not in the city of Colorado Springs, it was in an unincorporated area of the county, but winds are unpredictable. The fire quickly turned and it came back towards Colorado Springs.
We estimated we would have about 4 hours to evacuate. The way the winds picked up and pushed that down, we had on the order of 45 to 50 minutes.
The firefighters that were up there said it sounded to them like a tornado. Flames were 100 feet into the air.
We'd never seen fire burn downhill at over 50 miles an hour before, but that's exactly what happened. And it came right into Colorado Springs, jumped from house to house to house.
All companies on.
I remember watching mothers grab their children and throw them in car seats and throw things into the car as I would drive through and say, "You've got to go now."
We are leaving the area. Pull out now.
That ember shower was very destructive because we had a lot of wood shake roofs and we were seeing houses catching on fire within minutes of one another. This is something that we have to tackle. We cannot retreat. We have to be here. The community is relying upon us.
In Colorado Springs, for many, many years, we've been saying that it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when.
And so in the early 2000s, we started to look at how do we address that risk and then try to deal with that threat and mitigate those issues.
One of the facets that we have is chipping programs, education programs, cost-share stipend programs. We have code enforcement programs. We regulate and assist with fire code implementation for the city of Colorado Springs. You have to build that education, you have to build the partnership, you have to build that collaboration.
Because we had very old storm windows on the nursing center. They were years old. Christina Randall from the Colorado Springs Fire Department said, "Hey, I think you might be eligible for a FEMA grant." And it's a huge deal for us because we're not for profit. And there's no way we would be able to afford that without the FEMA grant.
Through the neighbors working together, we were able to match funds from FEMA, and we probably spent close to $300,000 doing mitigation on the outskirts of our neighborhood.
We view our programs as one of the cornerstones of a good emergency management program. A community working to build resiliency and build a stronger community is critical before any type of natural disaster occurs.
Taking mitigation action has a strong return on investment. I believe the latest numbers are $6 to 1 for every dollar spent in reducing those hazards and the need for response and recovery resources.
Some people fear mitigation as being clear cutting. That is absolutely what it's not about, because you've got to use that vegetation to hold the hillside in. We do the work and then we come back up and they're like, "I can't believe this, it's so beautiful, it looks like a park, we can see the animals now."
We created an absolutely beautiful park where the forest is healthier. Our whole effort is to preserve the conservation easement in perpetuity, and by doing this type of work, we've actually done that.
We've got a very resilient community. Over 95% of those homes are now rebuilt. They're occupying homes that have been better engineered, that are going to be more resistant to wildfire.
Some of the brakes and the fuel were created by the landscaping of the homeowners. Properly mitigated environment in the work that we do, it protects firefighters' lives.
It was very important that the community understand that they needed to share in the responsibility. They needed to take ownership. So in some respect, it's a legacy ordinance that this community has worked on.
When those community members were reintroduced to their property, the Colorado Springs Fire Department was there to help them. People were just devastated by seeing all of their possessions lost and wondering how that next step was going to take place.
The fire did a lot of damage that day and we lost 347 homes. Unfortunately, we lost 2 lives as well. The education piece is continuous.
We're leveraging the wheel that's already been created and sharing that knowledge.
Many organizations around the country are taking proactive steps the way the Colorado Springs Fire Department is.
In Colorado Springs, we did have a wildfire come through and actually put the project to the test, and it proved that mitigation can work and does work. So this is a really great example of that.
So I know that the human spirit drives us for the good of the community here. We have hope and we have love for our neighbors.
I stood at the top of this hill and saw where the fire had reached. I watched Christina cry because she realized how much work still needed to be done. Going, my gosh, we've got so much further to go.